Today we're going to be building a wireless switch that can be operated remotely to either turn lights on and off, to run some sort of accessory, or in my case, run a relay. This relay is going to be running to the kill switch on my son's Snowmobile. So with this, I should be able to completely turn it off, but this can also be used to run lights on a truck. It can be used for many different things. So I bought all the parts to do this off Amazon, so it should be relatively simple to pull together. So let's go ahead, let's look at what we got. Shuts right off. So this should be a relatively simple circuit. I'll make sure to link everything down in the description below. And we're gonna go ahead and walk through the parts that I'm using. So one, battery pack. Since I am using this to be completely self-contained and I don't have power on the Snowmobile that I'm trying to run, I'm gonna run this off of a battery pack. Now, you can run this off a 12-volt car system. You can run this off of pretty much anything that falls in between 5 volts and 48 volts. So that is the battery pack that's going to power it. The other thing that I purchased, which is part 2, is a wireless switch. So this looks like it has 2 different controllers for it. One that I can mount on a Snowmobile or that I can mount on the truck if I wanted to. It has the wireless receiver. It's supposed to get 100 meters in the open field. I don't know how far that's gonna work for me because I'm gonna be running around the house. And there's 2 switches. So one of these can be mounted on my truck. One of these can be mounted on my keys, depending on how I want to use it and what I want to use it for. And then what I'm going to be doing is I'm actually going to be using this to run a relay. And that's going to run this relay here, which is going to turn on and off. This is a very simple relay that should work off of 5 volts. So with that, let's go ahead, let's look at what that circuit's probably going to look like. All right, so a few different components that we're going to be using on this, and it should be relatively simple. One, I'm going to have a battery pack, so it's going to be plus 12 volts. Or in my case, it's going to be plus 6 volts. That's going to be running from here to the receiver. And then that's going to be going into the receiver on the inside. So this will be in. And then there's going to be an outside. So the way that I believe this works is this takes this plus 6 volts. This is constantly powered. So with the 6 volts in, when this is connected, it's always going to be looking for the receiver. And because of that, you also need to think about battery life. If it's not in use, you need to pull the power from it, or you need to put a switch in the circuit. I'm not going to do that. If someone else wants to attempt this and do this, I would recommend putting a switch in there. So when this does receive a signal from the receiver, it's going to send power here, plus or minus, at what I'm assuming is this voltage here. And then for myself, I'm going to run it to a relay. So this is going to be the relay, and then that relay is going to open up and close this here. So not the best drawing of a relay, but you understand. So there's a switch there, and there's a normally open, one in the center, and then a normally closed. So with that, I can set it up. I do believe there is another pin here that's going to be input. So this input pin, I need to run this line to here. Now the way this relay works is you need to give it power and then it has an input source. And with this, I need to work it this way because when I give it power, I want that input source to automatically turn on. And by doing it this way, so by running the positive over to here, that should trigger the input on, and then it should trigger the normally open circuit to close, or the normally closed circuit to open. We'll have to check that out. But with that done, let's go ahead and wire it up and experiment with it. So I do have this here, and what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take this output, so the positive and negative, and I'm going to run it into the input side here. So the DC positive, the DC minus, and then I'm going to have to short from here to here to get that to turn on. So what this setup is going to do, just like this, is it's going to power it. And unless I short across to this one, it's not going to actually close the circuit. So since I do have this now, I'm going to go ahead and run this from this side, so the input to the power. Okay, so with that, I should just need to power this side, and this should automatically just light up. So for now, I'm just going to wrap the red around and then wrap the black around. Okay, so that is wired up. So black, red, Gonna go ahead and take this and connect it. Now with that all set, I'm gonna take a switch. Just grab the switch here. Then as I turn this on, this should do something. Oh, there we go. Sweet. Okay, on, off. So you can do it two different ways. One, I'm gonna check this to this. So when I turn the kill switch on, it goes to 0 ohms. Now it's off. Let's check the other side. So if I check the other side, it's open, or it's closed right now. If I turn it on, it goes open loop. So you get the option of how you want to set this up. Obviously there isn't a great connection here because the relay isn't powered. So the best way that I think is going to be to set this up is to run it on this side. So while I want there to be a short, I'm going to run this on. And then when I want this to turn off and just go open, I'll just push this. There's a different way that you can wire this up where you can actually wire it up so that you can just directly power this switch here, and then this can run a light, and then you can just run that light off of your controller. So if you're looking at adding something like lights on your truck and you wanted wirelessly, you could just do it this way. This would essentially be the battery of the truck. Obviously you'd want some sort of fuse in there, but I don't have one now. It goes to this wireless switch, which can take up to 10 amps, which is a good amount of power, and then I run this LED. And this LED itself is only running 1 amp, so in theory, I could run probably almost 10 of these. So anything that you're gonna run, other than probably an LED light bar, you could potentially do this way, which in my opinion, it's a really nice setup to have something completely wireless for under $50. And they give you two different style remotes depending on how you wanna run this. So you just turn it on like this, or you could use this on your keychain. This you could mount somewhere in your truck so that you wouldn't have to do anything with it. It does come with double-sided tape, so you could run a completely wireless switch. And you can put this on an ATV or something if you wanted to have lights on that and you didn't want to run wires to back to the dash. It could all be wireless. So let's go ahead and get this in the box, get it on the snowmobile to test it out. All right, so this is all done. Let's go ahead and take this out. So a little bit of a test fit. This is going to drop in here. The battery pack is going to drop in here. And then this is going to get bolted down. Cool. All right, so I 3D printed this box for it. It's something very simple that I can just put some inserts in, put all the components in. They'll hold in place, and I can use this to test everything out. So go ahead and put this together. Well, there you have it. A nice simple wireless relay that you can use for a kill switch or something like that. For me, it's going to go on there. So let's go ahead, set this up, see how it works. So I'm not going to mount it permanently right now. We're going to test it out. But I have this all set up. So I did remove the kill switch here. So this one is not functional right now. I'm going to wire it in parallel so that I can operate both. So he will still have access to this one and I will have access to this one right here. And like I was saying, completely self-contained unit now, and it should work anytime I hit the power switch. So right now it would be running. Now if I go ahead and push this, you'll see that will turn on, that relay will shut and it'll stop the engine. If I turn it off, kill switch is off. Now let's go ahead and put it outside and test it out. All right, moment of truth. Look at that. It works. All right, test 2. Shuts right off. All right, well, that's it. Nice and easy. And this came out a lot better than I expected. So I'll make sure that I go ahead and link all the parts down in the description below if you want to experiment and try something out like this. I haven't been able to test the range on it yet, but that's something that I'm going to be doing. A little bit more development required. Obviously, I need to build a better box for this and have a way that I can mount it where I want. But if you're going to be building something like this, I'll make sure to link all the parts in the description. It's great to experiment and try things out. Now, my plan is to install this in parallel with this kill switch, so he's either going to have access to turn this off, or I can do it remotely. Thanks for tuning in this week on Smackey's Garage. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.